Empire X-Men issue 4 sees Scarlet Witch awaken after conducting her spell on Genosha, horrified at the zombie horde she has created. She knows this was wrong and will not allow it, conducting a spell to destroy them. Later at the Sanctum Sanctorum, she tells Doctor Strange what happened, telling him she did what he said would happen. She rung a bigger bell. Strange knows there might be more zombies, but Wanda doesn't understand what went wrong. Stephen says it began when she tried to resurrect 16 million mutants, but Wanda knows that she did everything right and it should have worked. Stephen says that she tried to undo death, and that's something none of them can actually do, and she should have known better. But he knows Wanda doesn't, since she doesn't understand she cannot undo her bad deeds or sins. One can only eclipse them with greater deeds. Wanda asks if he will help her, but finishing his drink, Stephen says that he doesn't have the time for it. Wanda demands that he make time, so Stephen tells her about a local witch who runs a yoga studio, which is a front for Vashunu well. Wanda knows of it, knowing that the witch absolutely hates Doctor Strange. Stephen says that he needs the witch's number, since he needs access to the well, and obviously he cannot get it. Wanda says that she will get it, so Strange listens to how Wanda did what she did, drinking more and more and learning of the pieces Wanda got from the magical realms. Soon, having drank enough, he calls for Wong, telling him that they need to cancel their reservations for dinner. Wong is more than happy to reschedule, but Stephen soon realizes that the man is going to the fancy restaurant himself as he leaves with Wanda on their suicide mission. They head to the Void Spider, knowing they need a second eye, which, lucky for Strange, he can get since he calls in a favor. He tells Wanda that negating the Tri-Crown is easy enough, since the Godhead of Order will want to undo Wanda's work quickly. Tricking the Asgardians with light beer, they manage to grab another piece of the World Tree, hurrying to Genosha and to the site of the original staff, creating a barrier that protects them while they work. Smashing the staff into the ground, the magicians find that nothing happened, and Stephen knows his teaching rang true, and that the bell cannot be unrung. He does say, however, that he might be able to alleviate its effects, and has made it so that the spell Wanda did will dissipate in around 30 days. Wanda wonders if someone will come to the island in those days, but Stephen tells her to cross her fingers that that doesn't happen. 29 days later, the Broadleaf Lord zombie smashes its way out of its seed, rampaging across the island as the demon magic intends on killing the giant. Multiple Man thinks that they should run, but Angel and the others want to stay and fight. Back on Krakoa, Beast steals some of Opal's technology, fascinated that they can short-circuit the Krakoan biotech for their own needs. Beast tells his inner Henry McCoy that stealing is wrong, but Henry knows he respects the woman as a scientist, but he wants to know more about their tech. Outfitted with his own version of the tech, he heads to the island, getting ready to test the fruits of Krakoa's first act of intellectual property theft. He activates the device, putting it on the gate and confirming that thanks to his tests, he now knows how the woman can hack the gates. Opening a portal, he calls through the very much alive Explodey Boy, who says that he will do his best to stay out of trouble, but makes no promises. Explodey Boy goes to find his zombie self, telling him that he's not looking very well. Both admit that they aren't holding it together very well as the zombie boy vomits up a heap of brains. He explains, however, that this wasn't brains and it was plants. The two go and sit and watch the battles, talking, and the zombie wonders if the living one is the real Explodey Boy. The living boy says that it's a little tricky since somehow the zombie was brought back to life, but that doesn't make him really Explodey Boy since he's dead. The zombie asks why the living boy isn't dead, but the boy says that it's quite complicated, but the short answer is that mutants have conquered death and he was resurrected, just not like the zombie. The zombie knows that this sucks and it will get much worse since it's going to be undone soon and he'll return to death. The zombie asks if they are okay and the boy says that they are doing really good, telling his undead self that they're actually talking with their mother and father again, and even thanks to Krakoa's technology, cured their father of arthritis. The boy continues telling his undead self all of the things they've done since he died, including their first kiss with the mutant who smells like spiders. The zombie is really happy for the other half, wanting to know everything, but learns that they aren't dating the Spider Girl, since as it turns out, they're kind of afraid of spiders. However, everything in the end is still doing okay. The zombie asks what will happen to him, so Explodey Boy says that the zombie will come to an end soon, but until then, they can just hang out and watch the mutants battle it out. The zombie Explodey Boy refuses to go out like that, wanting the jetpack from his other half, telling them goodbye as he rockets towards the giant monster, flying into its mouth and exploding one last time and destroying the broadleaf zombie. The Katadi soon begin dying off, having been linked to the giant monster, but the demon magic knows that they have only been vanquished from the island, leaving only her to rule the island. She says that she has dominion over Genosha now and everyone on it are her slaves, so they now have to do what she says. Time runs out and the staff soon disappears after 30 days, reverting magic back to her normal self, destroying the zombies and leaving her a little embarrassed. She says that she regrets nothing as Horticulture makes an escape, allowed to leave thanks to their help in the battle. Hang doesn't mind letting them go since he stole their technology, so they will take the win. The mutants all head home as a voice says that Genosha is the ruin of what could have been, and because mutants have become something more doesn't erase that it all came at a price. And that is simply their story, and it ends like how it ends. It's just up to them to get on with living. But for someone like Scarlet Witch, that's something she cannot live with. Empire X-Men issue 4 finally saw a return to the Scarlet Witch portion of this story that kind of set everything into motion, and it only makes sense that Jonathan Hickman returns to the book to end the series. Kind of on a downer ending as well, and I'm not talking about the quality of the book. The action, the horror, and the humor from the series is all there in its glory, leading to some really fun moments, particularly with Explodey Boy and the zombie version of Explodey Boy. What I'm talking about is that Wanda basically failed herself and failed to make up for what she did during House of M, which could lead her to doing something even more drastic and maybe not listening to Doctor Strange's words of caution. It will also be very interesting to see if the mutants even find out that she was behind this and what might happen with that, given her boogeyman status within the mutant community. Be very interesting to see if maybe they send like an X-Force team or something to go and assassinate her. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.